Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mommy, and this is in Sports where I talk about books, life experiences, mine and that of others, and also share from the world. And if all of this sounds like something you're interested in, you want to click on the subscribe button, the notification bell to get notified every time I upload a new video, and also share this video with friends and family. Anyone you think basically needs edifying content. Today, I have a very interesting topic to look at, and it is right kind of man for Christian sisters to look out for. Basically, there are two criteria for you to look out for. A man who genuinely loves the Lord and concerns himself with what concerns you, if you know what that means. I know most of the time our sisters, after a long time of trying, of having specs of the must have and must not have, over the course of the year, especially those that are getting towards the age of 30 or are probably 30 plus, and they begin to drop down some of the list, like lower the standard, not in the wrong way. Say, for instance, someone who has always said, I want a very, very tall man who will be towering over me, like someone I have to look up to, like, how very romantic that can be. But over the course of the year, they begin to feel like, is that really a priority now, sis? To be candid. So you begin to lower some of those kind of standards, like someone you has to have six packs and all of that. So at the end of the day, it all comes down to you must fear the Lord and be good looking. Why that is good, why fearing the Lord is good, you must also look out for these traits concerning himself with what concerns you, because a lot of times and over the course of the years, I have come in contact with men who genuinely love the Lord. They love the Lord, but there's this particular one who loves the Lord so much so that every time like we're talking, all he talks about is so after the basic, so how was the day? How are you? And I say fine, fine. Then he goes to, oh, so I was listening to daddy so today. He was sharing about this, that. I was doing so this, that. The Lord showed me a revelation. We'll be able to carry this burden, and then on and on into and I absolutely love that. I absolutely love that because it helps me grow. As a matter of fact, because of all these kind of conversations, I got involved in an accident, and apparently, I would say that a word for my healing came even before the accident happened, like about 2 3 days before the accident happened. And the word is from the book of Job, said 3 verse 25. Meanwhile, the Lord had given me a word from that same passage, 2 verses before 25, that would be 23, right? Even way long before then that. And then if he found an heavenly messenger to intercede for him, then um he will not, then I would say set him free, do not let him die, for I found a substitute for him. That was the word he gave me before then. But during the, so 2 days before the accident happened, I was talking to this guy, and then he was like, do you know that have you observed that mommy so is not really aging, she's not really looking her age? And I said, that's true. He now said, well, do you know what she does? I said, no. He said, well, she once shared that she usually declared the scriptures over her body, like one of those ones is Job 33 verse 25, which says that I will restore her body to her like that of a child, firm and youthful again. And I was like, oops, that sounds nice. That well, I'll begin to declare the scripture to my body, so that's the most natural way to look young and young by the day. That was the scripture we just shared in passing. That sounded like a joke, but when the accident was going to happen, that was one scripture that I began to declare on my body, and over the course of time, it worked. Now, here's the catch: having that kind of a person is very good, very, very good. They keep you on your toes spiritually, put you in check, they help you think about things of the kingdom from time to time, day in, day out. However, this same person, when I had the accident, guess what? You only checked on me. Oh, how are you? How is everything? And I was like, oh, I'm good, thank you. So sorry about the accident. And I thought, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate. And after then, this is a very, I would say, it's a kind of major kind of accident. And you know, after then, he never asked about how I was doing again. Not for once. Even my birthday came and passed. This same person that loves to share scriptures did not, as a matter of fact, he beat me on the afternoon of my birthday, asking me to call him. And I was like, bro, I don't have airtime. I don't, mi ò ní airtime, ẹ má bínú. And he eventually called on WhatsApp, I guess, and he was like, he just prayed for me. The accident happened few days to my birthday. This same person on the day of my birthday did not ask, how are you doing? How are you celebrating your birthday? Where are you? Are you feeling all right? Sorry about your health. Are you recovering? After I prayed, Pam, he just got the call, and I didn't see his call, no chat throughout the course of that day till the following day, no call till like about um 6 days later, because I told him I was going to go to a particular place 6 days around that time, the date I gave him. And so we might get a chance to see if I come for the event. And then after my birthday, the injury from the accident is still very, very fresh. I did not hear pim from this person. And 6 days after my birthday was when he now chatted. He said, hi, he used another number to chat me. Hi, this is so so person. Are you? I am at the venue. Where are you? And I was like, I'm taking time to recover. I am not coming. So now, concern why I said it is good to get someone who is God fearing, who genuinely loves the Lord, and secondly, who concerns himself with what concerns you. Now, here's another person. In fact, there are different kind of human being in this world. May God help our Christian sisters to marry right, to not fall into a trap, some kind of devilish trap. Because marriage, when you get into marriage, it's quite easy to get into marriage. People will dance with you as they're entering into the marriage, but if you have any issue, they'll tell you sorry, you have to manage. But before marriage, they can sit there, yeah, you may have to reconsider. Please come out of that relationship ASAP, because it might not be a good one for you. But once you enter the marriage, support the law. So that's why I said there are two criteria you must look out for as a Christian sister. One is someone who genuinely loves the Lord. If he genuinely loves the Lord, then he's going to love you right. But secondly, must also have this characteristic. He must concern himself with what concerns you, meaning that if you're even something as as simple as your hair, if your hair is something, if you keep natural hair and it's very important to you, you must also care for it as you care for it. If you're very intentional about the kind of dresses you wear, if you're the type that have a very high sense of fashion, you care a lot about the kind of colors you put together. If you're talk you must concern himself with it. If you love to read books, he must concern himself with books, like be interested, encourage you in reading too. And when you want to share the things you learn from a particular book, you must be willing to engage, to listen, to interact, to have conversations around that with you. And not just someone who loves to share remarks and would not bother by anything else aside from remember. You will call you in the morning and say, I got this from the Lord. It's good to get from the Lord. It encourages. I absolutely, that's the first thing I look out for in a man. Men that love the Lord, men that love to study, men that love to listen to edifying content, spiritual stuff. I love all of that's the first thing I look for, and that's one of those things that would even get my attention in a man. However, Christian sisters, look for a man who concerns himself with what concerns you. You not get a man who will see you looking somehow, have a certain kind of unpleasant expression on your face, and then you just go on telling you remarks and stuff. You not ask you what is going on. Are you all right? Do you feel okay? A word is enough for the wise. So you're getting Christian sisters. You may not have any other standard, you may not have any other spec, but this you must keep in mind that you must get yourself someone who loves the Lord, who genuinely loves the Lord. If he loves the Lord, he's going to love you truly and correctly, but you must also have the characteristic of concerning himself with what concerns you. Thank you for watching. If you love this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share with friends and family. Then come back for more. I am Mommy once again. Bye for now.